Live shot of Yonge and Dundas Square in downtown Toronto. It is 7:21. Good morning, T.O. You're watching Breakfast Television. It's time Ontario kids get their kicks again. That's the plea Ontario Soccer sent to medical officers in 5-page letter asking the province to look at science and allow kids to play soccer responsibly. CEO of Ontario Soccer, Johnny Mislay, is here to inform us further about what he wants to see this summer. Johnny, good morning. Welcome. A lot of kids, a lot of parents thinking about this issue, obviously, heading into the summer. Condense it for us. What is your pitch to the medical officers in this province? Why do you think it's okay to play?
Well, last month is usually the time that we start to prepare and ramp up for our outdoor season, which starts in May. And we were inspired by a journalist out of Toronto that did a piece regarding looking at youth sports, and in particular the sport of soccer, and pointed to the fact that there was no evidence to support the of why kids can't get together and play outdoors when it comes to a sport like soccer, et cetera. And so we did our own research ourselves and wanted to make sure that it aligned with what we had seen with the data that's out there. So we looked at a study done on the University of Wisconsin. That was a study that was very comprehensively done on youth sports, and specifically on soccer. And we compared that to our data, and we quickly saw that there really is very insignificant evidence that our sport at all, or any outdoor sport for that matter, especially in the summertime, is a spreader of the current virus that we have. So as a result, we started to compile, put together some documentation, and write to Dr. Williams and copy the health authorities on this, asking if we can be considered a sport that can return, as all summer sports are, in a safe way this spring. And that was really the impetus behind the whole thing.
I understand Dr. Williams is a busy man right now. There's a lot going on. But has he or any medical officers of health in the province gotten back to you yet? And if they have, what have they said?
They have not. However, just within a 24, 48-hour period of sending that letter out last month, there was talk about it at the provincial health table as well as in the parliament. Dr. Williams was asked by the media about our letter specifically, and his comments on record were that youth sports are being reviewed with further information to come. We also had one MPP, Mr. Roman Weber, who also spoke to this in Parliament the very next day and was very emotional about the fact that getting kids back into organized sports, which are under controlled safety protocols, just like kids are in schools, is very important. And we also can't forget what's very important out of this, Sid, is the hidden pandemic that no one's talking about, but there's lots of evidence behind it, and that is the mental health and the well-being of our children. And we have to get them back doing physical activity, and there's a ton of science behind being active and what that means to good mental health and also into learning, really.
Johnny, how many parents are reaching out here? I would assume, considering how many kids play soccer in this province, that you are being inundated with people looking for basically the same answers that you yourself and Ontario Soccer are looking for. What's the communication like right now between you and parents?
Oh, it's been enormous, either through social media, but phone calls, emails. We're a large sport. It's the world's game. We impact 1 million households here in Ontario. And the messaging is coming quite clear is that, kids are being kept at home, not allowed to perform in organized sports and get involved. And what's coming through loud and clear is this is not about getting kids back so they can chase NCAA or youth sports scholarships, or getting kids back on the field to perfect their striking or their passing or dribbling skills. This is really just about getting kids back on the pitch simply for physical and mental health reasons. And that's our primary reason we want to get kids back playing. It's for that reason. And if that's coming back just in training mode, and then eventually getting into modified games, which they're looking forward to, these are the things that are very important for kids. Now, our data has shown that last year in 2020 in our outdoor season, we only had 29 cases. 29 cases out of 500,000 participants. And of those 29 cases, 17 were youth. And the origin of those cases were not from soccer. They were from home or from adults bringing it from the workplace. So when you look at a 4.4 cases per 100,000, and that compared to the University of Wisconsin study, that was 255 cases per 100,000. This is a very insignificant amount. And I'm happy to see that some of the doctors who are in the media have been referring to outdoor sports as being a low risk to the community.
Johnny, it will be fascinating to see where this and a lot of things will go over the next couple of months. We appreciate your time this morning. Please, we might stop in again for an update down the road. Thank you. Have a good day.
That'd be fantastic. Thank you very much, Sid.
The Ford government expected to announce a province-wide stay-at-home order coming up later today, plus new restrictions for non-essential shopping. Coming up, 680 News reporter Carl Hansky tells us what changes you can expect at big box stores, and they are significant. Details straight ahead. You're watching BT.